In today's video, we're going to be working on surface area of a right circular cylinder. For the formula is 2 pi r squared plus 2 pi r times height. Okay? We're getting the 2 pi r squared from the area of the base, which is the area of base, which is a circle, which the formula for a circle is 2 pi r squared. Okay? And for the 2 pi r, we're getting it from the circumference of a circle, and we're just multiplying it by the height. That's why we have 2 pi r squared plus 2 pi r times height. Okay, and all we're doing again, just plugging in your numbers where you're supposed to plug them. Okay, for number 1, we have our radius to be 4 inches and our height to be 8 inches. So we're gonna go and start with 2 pi. Our radius is 4 squared plus 2 pi. And our radius again is 4. And our height, which is 8. Okay. Then we can go ahead and just go ahead and multiply and try to solve as much as we can. 2 pi. And I'm going step by step. You don't need to go step by step. You can skip some steps. I'm just going step by step on the first 2 problems, so you can go ahead and see where I'm getting all these numbers and you won't get confused. In problems 3 and 4, I'm going to go ahead and skip some steps. Hopefully you guys know where I'm getting those numbers from. So 4 squared is going to be 16 plus 2 pi, and 4 times 8 is going to be 32. And then I'm just going to go ahead and multiply 16 times 2, which is going to be 32 pi, plus 32 times 2, which is going to give me 64 pi. Okay, some of your teachers will just tell you, okay, leave your answer as pi. So all you do is add 32 pi plus 64 pi, which is going to give you 96 pi. And you can leave your answer like that if your teacher wants you to leave your answer as pi. But in this case, we're going to go ahead and solve as well the pi. And then your right hand side, you can see that we're using pi to be 3.14. So we're going to go ahead and multiply 32 times pi, which pi is 3.14, which is going to go ahead and give us 100.48 plus 64 pi, which is going to give us 200.96. We're going to go ahead and add that up, and when we add that, our answer is going to be 301.4 inches squared. Okay. So you can leave your answer as 96 pi, or you can go ahead and leave your answer as 301.4 inches as well. So any one that your teacher asks, you can go ahead and same answer. So for number 2, we're going to go ahead and do it the same way as number 1, step by step. Okay, we're going to go ahead and put our formula to be as A equals 2 pi r squared plus 2 pi radius r times your height. And then we're just going to go ahead and input our radius, which our radius is going to be 7 squared plus 2 pi, which our radius is going to be 7, and our height is going to be 13. Okay, we're going to go ahead and multiply that. 2 pi, 7 squared is going to be 49 plus 2 pi, and then 7 times 13 is going to give us 91. Then we're going to go ahead and multiply 2 times 49, which is going to give us 98 pi plus 91 times 2, which is going to give us 182 pi. Once again, if your teacher wants to just give your answer and leave your answer as pi, go ahead and just add 182 to 98, which is going to be 280 pi. And that can be your answer if your teacher is looking for just your answer to be pi. So your answer is going to be 280 pi. But we're going to go ahead and step further and go and multiply 38 pi times 38 times pi, which is going to give us 307.72 plus 182 times pi. Once again, pi is 3.14. That's what we're using for this problem. And when you multiply that, we have 571.48 equals, and when we go ahead and add that up, we got our answer to be 879.2. Okay, so that would be your two answers if your teacher's looking at for pi, or is your teacher looking at as just solve all of it. Okay, so this is about to be, it's about, okay, because we're taking pi to be 3.14. Okay, if you haven't go ahead already, go ahead and like the video and subscribe. On these examples, like I always tell you guys, try to go ahead and challenge yourself. Try to solve these problems before I solve them. So you can go ahead and put pause on the video right now, try to solve them, and then go ahead and press play and see if you have the same answer that I have. If not, go ahead and check where you did your mistake. Okay, so let's start with number 3. We have 2 pi r squared. Once again, we got pi r squared because we're doing the area of the base, which is a circle. And then we're gonna go, we have 2 pi r, which is the circumference of a circle times your height. So we can find our surface area of the right circular cylinder. So we're just gonna go ahead, once again on this one, I'm gonna go ahead and skip a couple of steps, just go straight to get to the answer. So we're gonna go ahead and just input the numbers first so you guys won't get confused. 2 pi, your radius, which is 10 inches, square, plus 2 pi, your radius is 10, and your height is 15 inches. Okay, so right away I go ahead and put, and go ahead, 10 times 10 is 100, 100 times 2 is 200 pi, plus 10 times 15 is going to give me 150, times 2 is going to give me 300 pi. Once again, if your teacher just wants you to leave your answer as pi, just add your 200 plus 300 is 500 pi. And if your teacher wants you to go ahead and solve it, you go ahead and solve this. When you go ahead and multiply 200 times 3.14 plus 300 times pi, 3.14 again, your answer is going to be 1,570 inches square. And that will be your answer for number 3. Okay, we're going on number 4 now. We go ahead and plug in the numbers where we have to. Your surface area, which is going to go ahead and be 2 pi. Our radius is going to be 3 square plus 2 pi. Our radius is 3, and our height is going to be 7. Okay. After we go ahead and do that, we go ahead and multiply 3 times 3 is 9, 9 times 2 is 18, so we have 18 pi plus 3 times 7, which is 21, and 21 times 2 is going to give you 42 pi. Okay, we got 42 pi by multiplying this times this, and after we multiply that, we just multiplied it by 2. Okay, once again, if your teacher just wants your answer in pi, just add up 18 plus 42, which is going to give you 60 pi as your answer. If your teacher doesn't want you to leave it as pi, you can go ahead and then multiply this by 18 times 3.14, 3.14 plus 42 times 3.14, and when you go ahead and multiply all that and add it at the end, your answer is going to be 188.4 inches square. Okay, and once again, if it's still confusing how I did it because I skipped so many steps for you, go ahead and look at example 1 and 2 and look at as many times as you need to, so you can go ahead and learn how to get the surface area. Now, if you know any of your friends that need help on this, don't forget to go ahead and share the video with them. And once again, thank you for watching.